Hello again, it's Lock Noob, and in front of us we have a pretty cool little vintage lock. This is the ABUS 444 made in Germany, and it's a little bit rusty and maybe a little bit unloved, but I still think it's got a little bit of charm with its circular face and just a little bit of design features on the front, a little pattern there. Now this was lent to me by my friend Key MOE from the UK Locksport forum. And these ABUS locks, they tend to either have a few levers in, which is excellent, like the 333, one of which Foxy over at Red Cat Imaging let me, or they are just, I guess you could call them a warded lock. And by that I mean that all there is a small amount of warding, or not sometimes, which means that the profile of the key means that it has to sort of be cut to allow the key to pass through some warding in the keyway, and the back of the lock would disengage the usually sprung shackle release mechanism. When I operated the key, I noticed that it's got a very strong spring attached to it, and that's always a sign that there's usually no levers involved. That's my experience of these ones anyway. You can see that it just snaps back. Now, interestingly, that in itself adds a little bit to its security, the very strong spring at the back. How do you pick this? Well, you really don't need a lot. You just need something which can replicate that part of the key, just an L-shaped piece of metal. However, because this keyway is quite wiggly, it's hard to get a piece of strong enough wire in there, and a flat piece of metal, as opposed to one with a bending like this, is probably a little bit weaker in terms of force on it under torque. However, at risk of probably bending this warded lock pick, I thought I'd have a go and just see whether we can catch the I guess you'd call it a talon at the back. I think you can. Let me see if I can get some contrast on there. Get it really high up. Yeah, you can just about see that there's a circle at the back where the key locates, and just above it, you see just here is a little latch. If we can catch that latch and push it back, we should have this open. So let's put that as a more moderate contrast ratio for you. And actually get it in focus again, or at least partially in focus, and have a go. So to try and grab that latch, we'll put this key in, turn it, and hold it sort of to the back and up as far as we can, and then I'll support the key with my thumb while I try and grab the latch and sort of try and force it to open. So it's sort of hard to, once you've grabbed it, you can feel it, but it's really hard to drag it back hard enough without like snapping this little warded lock key. Can we do it? Yeah, just about. Do we suffer any damage? Maybe a tiny bend on it. Luckily these keys are pretty thick, so they can suffer a little bit of abuse. A bit of a lock junk came out there. But yeah, there we go, and you can't even see anything inside. If I do put the key in, you'll see how this, let's for the sake of argument call it a locking pawl, is retracted back slightly. There you go. Tiny amount, and that will release the shackle. How it's released is probably a cutout on this side, which we just can't see because there's no cutout here for anything to actually engage with. All I know is that this pulls back a mechanism inside which releases the shackle, probably from this side. So there you go. It's a short video, but just a little run round about these relatively common vintage round-bodied locks which have no levers, they're just warded padlocks. Anyway, I hope you found that interesting. Thank you, Kiyomui, for the lend, and I'll see you all next time.